Okay, hello and welcome everyone to our information session on the graduate certificate in computer science education. My name is Simone Ludwig. I'm a professor and also the current interim chair of the computer science department here at NDSU. And with me is Dr. Kotala.
Hello, folks. My name is Pratap Pitala. I'm an assistant professor of practice in the Department of Computer Science at NDSU.
Thanks. So Dr. Kotala and I will give you an overview of the certificate program, and then we will answer the questions that you have. So kind of just moving on to the next slide. So basically the certificate is aimed at high school teachers in the need of credentials to essentially teach dual credit courses, but then also AP computer science exam courses that we have. The program is completely online and is offered primarily during the summer months, since high school teachers would be available and take most of their course load during the summer. The certificate is comprised of 6 3-credit courses for a total of 18 credits, and basically covering the core concepts of computer science and also how to teach them. So that's basically the aim of the certificate program. So the objectives that we have is kind of just providing a fundamental overview of the topics, basically providing a broad background in computer science. Also, one of the objectives is to be flexible and also allow the students from varied backgrounds and also different points in their working career to enter our certificate program. So we wanted to have it kind of broad and flexible enough. And essentially the necessary 18 credit hours would be for high school teaching credentials, and it should be possible to complete these 18 credit hours within a 15-month time frame. Okay, so with this, I hand over to Dr. Kotala.
Hi, next I'll just talk about the required courses that is required as part of this program. So there are 4 courses that is required in this program, and they have to be taken, they should be taken in sequence. So the first course that the incoming student will take is CSCI 641, which is titled as Introduction to Computer Science and Education. So this particular course offers an overview of the main areas of computer science education and talks about active learning based teaching model, and also talks about the current research in computer science education, and then also discusses teaching methods in computer science education and lab-based testing. So the next course that the students would be taking is CSCI 342, which is titled Problem Solving in Computer Science Education. And this course will provide an introduction to essential computer science concepts related to problem solving. And specifically, the course talks about problem solving techniques like sequential logic, decision logic, looping logic, and popular data structures are also studied in detail. The next course that the students will take is CSCI 343, which is an introduction to computer programming. So this course will provide an introduction to computer science, including problem solving, algorithm development, and in a structured programming language, in a structured programming high-level language, and the language we use is Java. And the next course that the students will take is CSCI 644, which is data structures and algorithms. And this is basically a continuation of the earlier course, which is CSCI 343, and it places emphasis on more advanced programming language features and basic data structures. So apart from these 4 courses, students will also be taking 2 other courses, which will be treated as electives. And we have multiple choices with regards to the electives. So we have the following courses that students can decide to take, 2 among these following courses. The first one is 605, which is Principles in Cybersecurity. So this course basically covers basic cybersecurity principles. It talks about malware, different types of cybersecurity threats. It talks about intrusion detection systems, the firewalls, and so on. And then the next course is CSCI 650, which is titled as Cloud Computing. And cloud computing is a upcoming field within the area of computer science. So this course provides coverage in that area. The next course is CSCI 713, which is software development processes. So this course basically talks about the software engineering lifecycle. So what are the various phases of the software engineering lifecycle, and what kind of activities and tasks are performed during these various phases. And then the next course that is available as an elective is 773, which is Foundations of Digital Enterprise. So this course basically talks about like the different enterprise systems, like how do you, what are the different types of technologies that are used in creating an e-commerce website. And apart from these 4 courses, the students can also pick any of the other computer science graduate courses that are offered by the department, but this would be in conjunction with their advisor. And so we have kind of come up with like 2 possible course sequences that the students can use. As an example, the students can, let's say, start in summer of 2022 and take 2 courses. The first 2 courses, which is CSCI 341, followed by CSCI 342. And then in the fall, they can take the first elective among those given 4 choices. And then during spring 2023, they can take their second elective, and then take the other 2 courses during the next summer. So, and then they would be completing the all the requirements for the graduate certification by end of summer 2023. In the second example, which is much more intensive, where the idea is to do the coursework only during the summers. So this is, as I've said, like it's very intensive. So in the first summer, the students can take 3 courses, like 641, 642, 643 in sequence. And in the next summer, the students can complete the last required course, which is 644, and then do the 2 electives and be done with the graduate certification by the end of the second summer. And then apart from the required 18 credits in the program, students would also be required to work on a digital portfolio. So basically, they'll be preparing a digital portfolio with artifacts of accomplishment. So in this digital portfolio, the students would put together all the necessary material that they would have to create in order to teach one of the courses that we offer as part of our program in their schools. So let's say they decide to teach AP Computer Science. So the idea of digital portfolio is to create all the course material, starting with the syllabus, and then followed by assignments and exams for teaching that particular course in their school.
Okay, so in order to apply to our certificate program, so one would need to make an application to graduate school, and the application materials that are required are first a statement of purpose. Then you would need to submit your resume. There is an application fee of $35 when you apply to NDSU. And also you would need to provide your official transcripts from any university that you have attended. In terms of the tuition and the fees for this program, so this is an approximate value of $1,500 per class that is provided here, and this is for North Dakota residents. So for Minnesota residents, it would be a little higher with $1,880. So for everyone who is interested in applying, there is this link that is provided for making an application to our graduate certificate program via the grad school. And then also there is a helpful link to the grad school for more information. That's kind of the global entry point that provides a lot of information about, first of all, again, the application material, but maybe kind of just giving more information about grad school as a whole. So there is a possibility by completing this graduate certificate to do a little bit of extra work in order to get a master's in education as well. So for this, you would need to take our graduate certificate program first, and then afterwards you would need to take 4 additional courses, and they are listed here. So one course would be on reflective practice and educational research. The second required course would be students and their learning. The next one would be curriculum design and delivery. And then the last core course would be monitoring and managing learning. And there is more information provided by the Department of Education. And this, the link below is for everyone who is interested in learning more about this. You might want to check this out. Okay, so with this, this basically completes the presentation part of our information session. So I would like to invite everyone who has questions to please unmute yourself and speak up, or if you want to type into the chat box, that's perfectly fine too. Then we can answer or read the question via the chat feature as well. While we are waiting for questions, we have received a couple of questions already. Okay, so I think one popped just in, so let me go to the chat. Okay, so the question is, will the required courses only be offered in the summer? That's a very good question. We can actually offer it throughout the semester too, but I guess we would need to see how many students would like to take this and how we can actually set this up. So the way we have currently set it up is for summer, but since this is completely asynchronous online learning, we could offer it during the semester too. So we are definitely considering this and probably making it available as well. So I guess depending on how many students will take this certificate program. But yeah, thanks for the questions. Other questions? Otherwise, while we are waiting, Pratap, do you want to answer the first question that we have received already?
Oh, yes. So we actually did receive some questions that some of the participants that were planning on attending this information session. So they have submitted. So the first question was, is this a master's degree program? And actually, as I said, as we've mentioned, like this is actually a graduate certification in computer science education, but then students who are interested can continue on and get a master's in education by completing those other courses that were listed as listed from the Department of Education.
Okay, so the second question that we had received was, so I got a special certification for computer science principles. Does this certify me to teach any computer science course? And unfortunately, the answer is no. Probably this certification will allow you to teach the computer science principle course, but not any other course in computer science. So you really, in order to teach any computer science course in high school, you would need to take our graduate certificate program.
So the next question that was submitted was, is it an asynchronous course delivery? The answer is yes. So all the course material would be available, and it is basically being offered as a asynchronous online course. And the next was the cost of program, any scholarship available. In terms of the cost of program, it was already, like in one of the slides, just talked about the cost per each class. That's about approximately $1,500 for a North Dakota resident for each course. And then for Minnesota resident, it's about $1,800. And the other one was, which courses does it allow you to teach? As Simone answered, so it'll allow you to teach any computer science course that is offered at high level, at high school level, and then also AP computer science course. And in terms of anticipated time to complete the course, like as we laid out the two plans, like one, both the sequences will allow you to complete the course within 15 months.
Yeah, and maybe adding to this, so in order to complete a course, so the way we have set it up, so if you would be taking 2 courses during the summer, then you would have 6 weeks each for completing each course. If you wanted to complete 3 courses in summer, then it would be basically compressed to 4 weeks per course. Will courses be offered during the regular school year? The electives, they are offered during the regular school year, and depending on the demand, we could set up the core courses during the semester as well. How long will it take to accumulate the 18 credits? It's really up to you. So, I mean, you could kind of just take it easy and take 1 course maybe per summer, take 1 course every semester, and so on. And then basically, since we have these 6 courses, that's the amount of time it would take. So it's pretty flexible. So people can decide how much time they have available in order to put into completing this certificate. Okay, so those are all the questions that we have received. Are there any other questions that we could answer? Okay, so if not, then I would like to thank you for your participation, and it would be really great if you would join us kind of starting our graduate certificate program with your participation. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My details are given on the slide as well, and I will be happy to answer other questions as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.